Good morning everyone. Welcome to day 48 of Wild Writing in the Time of Corona. I hope you enjoy today's workshop. Where I live today is a celebration of 75 years since victory was declared in Europe, and people are putting flags around their house and they're having little parties in their front gardens because obviously we can't meet with each other at the moment. And so I decided to make that a theme for today's poems. However, I'm perfectly well aware that many of you may not wish to particularly celebrate or even acknowledge that this day is happening in terms of celebrating a victory and thinking about the war. So I've made 6 categories which, if you want to shape them to VE Day, you can, and otherwise you can just have them as ordinary categories to choose from. So I hope that you will enjoy the workshop. Just to go over again, I'm going to give you 6 categories. You're going to choose a word or words or phrase for each category. Choose them fairly quickly, don't think about them too much. From those 6 words, you're then going to create a poem that should have at least 4 lines and should use at least 4 of the words or phrases. That's all it is, really simple. There's no guidance or instruction in terms of form, so I just be interested to see what you come up with. So here are the categories. So the first one is a European country. So any country in Europe. The second is a monarch, so a king or a queen or whoever rules in that capacity. The third is some form of oppression. So some form of oppression. The fourth is a gathering of some sort, a gathering. The fifth is someone involved in the military. So a person who, in whatever capacity, is involved in the armed forces of whichever country. And the 6th is birdsong. Okay, so we have a European country, we have a king or a queen, or I guess a prince, or princess. We have oppression in some form, we have a gathering, we have somebody in the armed forces, and we have birdsong. Okay, so make your choices and enjoy your writing, enjoy your period of creativity, and I shall see you shortly. So I'm going to suggest you press pause and you take as long as you want, and then I'll share what I've managed to do today. Okay, ready? Hang on a minute. Nearly forgot. Very trusty pen, constant paper. Start. Okay, welcome back. Hope you enjoy doing that whenever and wherever you're doing it. One of the, I think, the interesting things about doing these workshops is that we're all given very broad categories that are the same each day, and it's obvious to me that this shows that our minds work very, very differently, and our responses are very, very, very different. So I think that's part of the idea of being creative, that perhaps in times when you feel you can't do very much, I think the simple act of writing shows actually that you can. So anyway, my choices today. I chose France for my European country. I chose Queen Elizabeth II for the monarch. The oppression I had was fear of being found, so always having to live in hiding. The gathering was a crowd of people waiting for a train, big crowd of people. Someone involved in the military was my father, who was in the Royal Canadian Air Force, and the birdsong was a blackbird that I hear every morning in my garden. And I should say that I mention a place in my poem that was the name of an internment camp. Okay, I give my poem a title because I think it's probably a little bit too obscure to get away without one. So I've called it Reflections from France on VE Day. Beg your pardon, I need to change that. Reflections from France on the anniversary of VE Day. Years ago, in a hillside village in France, deserted, silent, life going on behind the constant shutters, I saw a plaque on a farmhouse wall, a rose, how Nazis shot all the young farming men, the fiancés, the fathers. Rivesaltes, an arid camp near the Pyrenees, subterranean now, the museum a testimony to the thousands of gypsies, the Jews, those Spaniards fleeing Franco. Black and white photographs show beautiful young women crowding to board the train to Drancy and onward to their deaths. For most of us, those days of fear of war are gone. Flags flutter gaily, some 75 years on. Blackbirds sing. They always sing. Hope, new day, new life is in their very song. That was my attempt to give, I think, just a very, very brief picture of how I guess I saw with my own eyes, excuse me, that the war had devastated France, as indeed wars devastate any country they happen in. I don't mean to be more melancholic today, but I think that one's growing on me slightly. So I hope that you have a very good day, whatever you're doing and wherever you are, and I hope that in some small way you're enjoying the wild writing workshops, and I shall look forward to seeing you tomorrow on day 49 when, of course, as it's a multiple of 7, we will indeed do something very different. But for now, you take care and have a good day.